Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 16th of October. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Harvey Norman, Energy One, the Van Eck Gold Miners ETF, Nova Minerals and Renascor Resources. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best recommendations come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So please make sure you're getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management. So if you'd like my personal help in managing your portfolio, then please call me. And the advice here is general only. So we've got the weekly chart here of Harvey Norman. We could see for the past few years it's been trending well. And it's really accelerated when it broke to a new high recently. So looking shorter term, so we had that sort of big move there within a couple of days in August, so naturally it had to consolidate against that move. We could see that sort of end of September, early October, it managed to sort of rally hard for a few days to break to a new high. Again, just doing a little consolidation here. It seems to be sitting on top of, roughly sitting on top of the old high. So it does look like it's setting itself up for another move higher. Energy One. So if we zoom out, it's just done incredibly well. Obviously very strong uptrend. So look, just zooming in a bit, if we try to look at more short term, what we've got is yesterday looking a bit negative. So we've got, I guess, a sideways consolidation here, and then yesterday it opened lower, tried to rally up for the day, and then closed down. So it's sort of fallen out of this little range here and on a decent amount of volume. So it does look like there is some short-term weakness. Potentially, depending on your time frames, you might use that to take some off the table if you're sitting on a big profit. I think this would be the line in the sand, the early low in October. Just looking at all the higher highs, higher lows. So you might want to take a bit off, and then the rest if it falls under that level. Okay, GDX, so the Van Eck Gold Miners ETF. Look, this is the one that we've got a chunk of for clients, and have been sitting in this one for a while. So it's basically going up like gold, but it goes up a lot more because it holds all the miners. So trending nicely. Obviously the last major buy signals when it broke out of this consolidation here in early August. Been trending beautifully. Still going up. I mean, it looks like it's just remains a buy the dip situation while it's trending. For a trailing stop, you could use a 20-day moving average. So a 20-day would be sitting just under these lows. But yeah, it looks like it's still a buy the dip scenario. Okay, Nova Minerals. So we'll move to the weekly. This is one that we've looked at. I have looked at it on these videos, and I've covered it in the Dynamic Investor Report. Basically, we're looking at the big base building up, consolidating under the base, getting ready to break higher. Broke higher, gave us the most recent buy signal, and then we could see it's done a lot this week. So it is looking vertical now, which is risky after breaking out of the base. If I move to the daily chart, we could see what it's done there. So you can't really chase it here. I mean, given the sort of three big gap ups in a row, you could use that as an opportunity to take some off the table. So you can't chase it here. I'd be looking for a consolidation, whether it sort of gives you a spike back down here, or it does what it did here, which is trade sideways for a bit. You'd need to wait for something like that for the next buy signal. And finally, RNU, so another one that's sort of broken out recently. So you've got this kind of consolidation, broke high here with a buy signal, good volume. It's run, so done well on good volume, as I said. If I move to the weekly chart, it looks like it's still early stage. So if it's reversing this downtrend, it's still early days with where it could potentially go. I mean, shorter term, yeah, there's, obviously 10 cents is some natural resistance. So it looks like any kind of sort of short-term dip here would be a buy, and then, break above 10 cents is confirmation it's on its way. Okay, well, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next week for you.